And they're off. Sam Gaze, good fast start down the centre. Saru, Andreasen coming up the outside, and it's Happily too. Schwartzbauer, Aldridge trying to move up on the outside. Dangerous for them on this first start loop.
Yeah, start loop plus 7 full laps these riders have to do. And everything went well also in these first corners, where we saw a crash in the women's race earlier today.
Yeah, and it's tight, this top section, isn't it? We saw in the XCC. Chance for a crash here.
Good start for Nino. Nino Schurter leading here. Can he do it again? He did it already many times. 6 times he won a World Cup here in Val di Sole. World champion he became here as well.
Unbelievable record, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And Nino from the gun. He said he was going to go at it, and he's good to his word, putting the pressure on. And we see some of the other riders did good short tracks, but they're just suffering and a bit further back. A rider who's come through well, Martin Vidare as well. He was back in the 30s. He's already up into that top 10.
Good start for Martin Vidare. Sam Gaze. A very technical course, Val di Sole is.
Yeah, and we definitely see differences in it's on the more technical side of the courses for this one. And some of these riders, they're all good, but some are just that little bit better.
Mean, you're right, they are all good, but there are still some differences in riders. Also, some likes to have the steeper climbs, the more physical, harder course, and that's also what Nino already mentioned in his interview.
You see on this really tough climb mid-lap, a front group of 4 going away. Andreasen up in 5th place, got a good start.
Pierre van Moor behind him, Jens Schuurmans.
So we see Happily in this front group of 4, Nino driving it on, then he's let it Happily take it on. I think the pace has just gone up a little bit again. That gap to the next group just growing a little bit.
It is, yeah. Filippo Colombo with Matisse Azoro, who's leading that chasing group. Sam Gaze, he's in the 3rd place of that group. And then we have Jens Schuurmans.
Working hard, 190 heart rate for Schuurmans.
Oh, these coming together, these riders. Matisse Azoro in there, most of these riders.
And Brido.
Brido as well, look at Brido. All these riders taking a gel, taking their drinks. They know that they need to have that for the rest of the race. And it comes down to the last few laps. Filippo Colombo is in this group too, the number 3 on his back. And Nino is pushing hard out of the saddle again. He likes to be in a good position, and that's where he is right now, leading. Martin Vidare close to him.
Saru just swinging a bit.
Yeah. A little bit of a gap. And you can see as well, he's stretching out this group. Luca Brido, then we have Lars Forster, Marcel Guerini here in the green kit, then Sam Gaze.
Nino putting on the pressure. He loves this route section and the steep climbs. It's perfectly suited to his talents. Martin Vidare following the goat.
Yeah, following the goat.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than, yeah, it definitely is, but it's nice to see that the new generation is coming, and Martin Vidare is one of them.
Yeah, you think of Vidare, an under-23 champion only a couple of years ago, just making his way into elites, racing against the greatest of all time, Nino, at the back end of his career. And it's so cool when you get these little mixes between the old guard and the new guys.
It is. It's impressive that Nino is still so motivated, winning races on his age, 38 years old. Full gas.
Full gas.
Look at these fans.
The chainsaws going downhill style.
That's the corner where the party is on.
And Nino putting the pressure on, Happily following. Vidare just starting to swing a little bit.
Yeah, he's paying the price.
Nino looking so strong today. Happily just having to work. And similar last year, I saw it was Nino who was putting the pace on this very climb.
Yeah.
And Happily just hanging in there. And
he's on his way to win another World Cup.
But Nino now, he's not asking Happily for any help on this section. He's just driving it. I think he knows, if he gets that vibe, that he's the strongest in this group. Nino attacking this. It's like if you could design a course for Nino, this wood section is his. You know, it's like
it's a combination of fitness and technical skills
and the strength he has. You know, like his 20-second sprint, and he can sprint, recover, sprint. He's second to none.
It is. And also, I think the motivation. If we go to Lenzerheide, for example, next week we go to Switzerland, Crans-Montana, a new venue for the World Cup Series. But definitely, he will be on his best too.
And happily, a winner of short track races in the past, but never an XCO. So still waiting for that big one. But such a consistent rider.
He is, yeah. Raido now, third place. The Italian. Look at him, strong here on this climb.
And I say, last couple of seasons, a little off form, but winner of 2 World Cups in the past.
But now lifted by the fans.
Oh, home race. Possible Olympic selection, a lot to play for Raido.
Yeah. And again, coming back in the start-finish area. Yeah, you see here again, they're slowing down again. Alan Hadley is only able to carry on with Nino, but not doing too much work. He has to save his energy, and it's now Nino who's not coming into the tech feed zone, not taking any drinks.
Do you think Nino will just squeeze a bit now? Would you squeeze?
It's not allowed, huh?
It's not allowed. But you see Nino now, just putting on the pressure, just squeezing the power, making happily.
No, but he's doing it.
He is doing it, 100%.
Even without going out of the cellar. But
there you go.
But you could see his body language. He was asking to do some work. Alan Hadley, he wasn't able to do it. He went into that tech feed zone, take a bottle. And it's now Nino who's actually attacking
in the feed zone.
Yeah. It's an unwritten rule. But these tactics playing a big role now in World Cup mountain biking.
Nino is not waiting. He's pushing. Happily in second.
I mean, these days, in cross-country race, every second counts. Constantly, everywhere, the whole time. That chasing group.
There's a good scrap here, but I think this group's quite big. It'd be great if the 2 of them can just get away a little bit and give themselves some breathing space.
And that's Nino Schurter. That's on the other side of the course. Almost at the highest point of the climb before the descent of the four-cross.
Yeah, so Nino 48 seconds up on that group in third. I think a big thing at the moment with this fight is whether Haffley can just keep him in view. I think once he can get a corner out of sight, mentally as well, it can just affect you a little bit.
9 seconds in between these two. A little bit of time again for Nino to recover here in this descent. It brings him back to the start-finish area.
Yeah, Nino now pushing on in his favourite section up in the woods. 19 seconds now, the gap to Haffley. It was 10, now it's 12 at the start-finish, up to 19 now.
It's looking good for Nino.
Yeah.
2 more laps.
Not done yet.
Not done yet, no. The hour mark, it's almost there.
But someone who's not going to get nervous in this position is Nino. He's been here.
He has been
a lot of times.
So many times. 35 times.
35 times, yeah.
And he won the World Cup. The fight for the podium positions. 3, 4, and 5. Guerini's taking in another gel for the last 15 minutes, I would say, of this race.
Yeah, now's the time, isn't it?
Look back over the shoulder for Jordan Seru, but that's not a good sign. And small gap for him, but he's coming back. And look at the pace here of Nino Schurter, pushing so hard also on the flat part of the course. And Alan Hadley now coming into that corner.
But it's, like I say, 1 lap to go.
Final lap.
This is the time to maybe a last bit of energy, a bit of cooling.
175 for Jordan Seru, and he's riding in that group.
Yeah, and he did well. He managed just to get back on the back of that group before this climb.
He doesn't have his best day, I would say.
It's Raido just going up the outside. He wants to go at the front for this climb. It starts off with this grassy drag, then the 4-cross section, and then that long, steep section up to the top. This is a really tough bit, and if you're going to break everyone, this is where you want to do it. But Nino now he's on autopilot, just ticking off the sections. That gap just going slowly out to Haffley. Haffley doing a cracking ride, still keeping Nino honest, but
Yeah, important for him to keeping it smooth over these routes inside corner. Difficult to do, but he does it.
Yeah, that big group of third just splitting a little bit under the pressure from Brido.
Alan Hatterley, he's 17 seconds back in the second place. This group, a minute 11 seconds back.
Yeah, in this fight for third, at one point it was 10 riders. We're now back to 5 riders fighting for third, 2 Italians in the mix. It's Brido looking the strongest. Just pushing on now, following by Colombo, Swiss rider from Scott, just following over. Azzurro, the Frenchman in decathlon, forward.
Yeah, pushing hard, these riders. Final lap. Oh, a small gap. Oh, you see how fast Luca Brido is here on this section.
Yeah, that climb's so difficult, and then it drops straight into this really intense technical routes and rolls.
With Matisse Azzurro fighting hard for their positions. Simone Avondetto behind them.
It's a nice section as well. You can actually look back and see the damage you're causing.
Yeah, there's not that much damage.
You'd be like, damn.
Just a few seconds. Oh,
more than a few
starts.
now.
Yeah, now it starts.
It looks like they're sprinting up here like it's the last climb, but this is impressive stuff from Luca Brido, the Italian champion on Santa Cruz.
But Colombo was able to follow him.
Yeah. Colombo.
Here comes Guerini.
Colombo doing a cracking ride. Started, had to work his way up through, then he kind of stalled a little bit, but he's come back through this group steadily.
Marcel Guerini leading this group, and Matisse Azzurro and Simone Avondetto. Is he able to make it to the podium, Avondetto?
Here we go, Luca Brido, cheered on by the home fans, the chainsaws.
Here is the leader in the race, Nino Schurter, for the last time on the last climb.
It's only 16 seconds now to Hatterley. Hatterley on a bit of a charge. This is a scrap for the podium, scrap for third, but you've got to say there's only 5 places on that box.
Matisse Azzurro on the 5th place.
Brido, winner of 2 World Cups in the past. Last couple of seasons just stalling a bit. This is the best we've seen him race in a long time. The Italian champion on home soil on the Santa Cruz.
And it helps him. Nino Schurter.
There you go. He's just pushed that gap out a little bit back to 15.
Oh,
and Nino,
he knows.
Showtime. 17 seconds, 1 descent left to go. We can see him in front of our booth, just flowing down across the new sections. The gap jump now into that off camber. Happily safe in second, 40 seconds, 45 seconds behind this group, but it's a big fight.
But this is a big fight. These 3 together.
Nino Schurter going for his 36th win, his 8th win in Val di Sole Trentino. Unbelievable, first win of the year, and it's Nino Schurter. Unbelievable from start to finish in that front. Happily taking it to him for second place for the Cannondale rider. The fight for third, this group of 3, they've been scrapping all race. It's Colombo, Azzurro, Luca Brido, the Italian champion Italy. They've got this big sprint section.
Switzerland, France and Italy.
Oh, here we go. Colombo's going to take it on.
It's a long one, a long sprint.
A long sprint. Here comes Azzurro out the slipstream. Colombo.
Matisse Azzurro.
Brido kind of come through, but it's
Azzurro. Oh,
Azzurro. Brido, Colombo. Nino Schurter taming his 36th World Cup win and his 80th World Cup podium. Unbelievable record. He just keeps making record after record, this guy. The Scott Schramm MTV Racing. So we have our top 10 today. Nino Schurter, Happily, Azzurro, cracking race, career best. Brido, Colombo, Avondetto, Guerini, Forster, Saru, and Sherman's Intent.